Hi guys, just been messing around with this again, my prototype generator. I just want to show some stuff, and if someone wants to actually tell me how in the hell am I using this amp meter wrong, or unless something's true about the system. It's a 50 amp meter. Currently it's all connected up. I know this is all a bit of a mess with the wiring, but as usual everything has to be put backwards in my system. It's a pain in the arse because of how the wires come out here from the bridge rectifiers, positive over there, negative over there. The wires are crossing over everywhere, but nothing's shorted. This is the input. It's 22 volts, don't know how many amps, which is going to go to the drive motor, driving the generator, two generator sets. These are wound in series of each other, that's in series of each other, and then it's connected again in, the outputs are connected again in series from the two bridge rectifiers. There's one down the back there. Again, this absolute nightmare of wiring, but they're connected together to give me the output. Currently this black car battery has, I'm better off putting it over there. That's going to drop off, I know it. Right, currently it's got 8 odd volts in it. Originally this had 4. I can show that with how poor this battery is charged. With this little DC motor here, it's currently connected to the negative, and I'll simply connect it to the positive and basically drain that power in there to show you how flat this battery actually is. It's kind of hard to get it all in one shot, as usual. Let's see if I can get that wire down there. The little metal bit might turn, you might just be able to see that, but you'll see this drop basically to 0. I mean, that's the car battery. This one's absolutely dead. And that's just obviously the bounce back that happens with them. If I keep connecting the motor, I just keep shorting it out. Yeah, it's absolutely dead. So what I'm going to do is obviously pop it on, but I also currently have connected in the amp meter. It's just going to show stupid results. Again, I'm jumping ahead of myself. I'm going to disconnect the charge from the car battery. As you can see, it goes to 0. Right now it's just going to read the open voltage of the generator from, well, just the open voltage of the generator really. So I don't want that up there, do I? I want it down there. So I'm just going to pop this on. So that's roughly the open voltage of the generator. It'll probably hit around 15 volts. Now what I'm going to do is connect it. So I'll pop this up here now. I'm going to obviously connect this lead to the car battery to complete the circuit. But I just want to show what the craziness is. This is a 50 amp meter. I'll tell you now, this thing ain't putting out 50 amp, because it likes to do that. I'll do it again. Disconnected, connected, disconnected. And as you can see, the charge has gone down, or it's catching up now at 12:53, 54. And as you may be able to hear with the motor itself, the lensing effect on it is fairly, well, minimal, basically. Disconnected. Like I say, I do not believe that that's putting out 50 amp. So again, these dodgy, poorly built I mean, I paid a bit of money for that as well. You know, I wanted to get a decent one. But I do not believe that that is doing over 50 amp. You can see that charging away. And I can show this also again with the use of that simple little motor, because I can connect that to the positive and basically drain this magical 12 volts at 50 amps through this little 3-volt motor. As you can see now, it's running directly from the motor. It's not going to show up much, sorry about that, but it is turning away. As you can see, that's showing 12. I've got to connect it again, sorry about that. Oops. As you can see, the voltage dropped off. I think I've just lost the wire. Yep, I have. But yeah, just this one here has come out. So there's no way that 12 volt 50 amps is going through this little DC motor. As you can see, that's showing 454. So it's actually draining from the battery's charge as well. So yeah, that's the whole thing running anyway. So I don't really care if I'm going to blow that, because it's, I don't know, it's giving me false read. Well, it must be giving me false readings. Because I don't see how this could like automatically adapt to the input of the motor or the demand of the battery. But yeah, this is showing a little charge. Plus in 3s and 4ish. And as I showed, that battery was completely and utterly flat. And the motor's not even hot now. It's warm. Of course it's warm. But I think what helped actually, I took off the end plate. Because I had 4 sets of bearings in there. 2 in the middle, 1 on the left, 1 on the right here. By just taking off that one, it eases up a bit of the friction within that bearing, and actually gave me a greater output, which is sitting there at 1270. So I'm going to turn the whole thing off, keeping it all connected. As you can see, the amp meter just drops down. So I've got the house phone. Sorry guys, gotta go. Right, so I'm back from the house phone now. I'm going to try something a little different. Again, it's all squidged up, but nothing's sorted out. It's all fine. As you can see here, I've swapped batteries now. This is a good battery. This is one I often use to experiment with pulse motors or driving this or other things. It's a good car battery. I'll show that with the current reading. I've just connected the lead. Current reading is 12.11 volts. So the battery is near charged, or as charged as pretty much it's going to be. So I'm going to leave that on there and do try out a startup of under load, which will be obviously charging the battery. The amp meter is still connected for what it's worth. I mean, it's going to probably shoot straight off plus 50 amps, which again, I do not believe that. If it doesn't, then obviously due to the low impedance, because of the low current in the battery, it affected the reading of this, or the ammeter. So if that goes up past 50 amps, again, what the hell? If it doesn't, then that's fine by me. So let's pop it on then, I guess. So the battery is clearly showing charge. Well, it did for a second anyway. Okay, so that's somewhat being charged. But again, I've still got the same issue of the amp meter going past 50 amps So I don't get that. And as you saw, I started it up under load. So I'm simply going to disconnect it and see how that behaves. You'll see the open voltage of the generator appear on here. It's not as running as fast as before. We're getting there. Just wait until it hits 15 volts and then I'll just reconnect it back up. So again, currently that's showing nothing. It's just hit 15 volts and well, 34, 35. Or even then with a fully charged car battery. Not much effect on it. But again, the behaviour of this is different when I pull it onto different loads, of course. So I'm just going to disconnect that. What can I do? There's one thing I want to show actually. I'm going to pause this and sell it up. It's something I guess unique to having two generators put into one. But I'm going to have to turn the whole thing around and do some other stuff, but it's kind of weird, but I'll show you in a second. Right, so the little weird thing that I wanted to show you, got the multimeter there. I've got here just a simple little light bulb, just to show that again, this thing ain't putting out 50 amps. It can't be doing that. So the light bulb's obviously going to show the voltage and current flow, but I'm going to alter the points at which I connect it on the outputs of here. This is the lead that connects it positive and negative as the two bridge rectifiers into series. Yep, it's the one. So that's one set, that's two set connected in series via this wire. This is the positive output, and there is the negative output. Let's go with that. Yep, let's go in. So currently it's open. That's kind of not good. I think the motor's slipping on the thing, but okay, so it's showing 8 volts output, and it's probably only going to get worse. I'm going to connect the little light bulb. As you can see, it ain't very bright at all, is it? And the voltage drops down to 1 odd volts. Should be brighter than this, but the whole thing's slipping. So as usual, the leads come out midway. Come on. Okay, that's back in. So now I'm going to change connection points. Because I've got two bridge rectifiers in series, I've got two other connections that I could actually use, which is the AC connections. I'm just going to make sure I'm going to choose the right one. So it's output to that side, output to that side, that one there. Even with that, it's just gone up to the 15 volt output, so I must have had a loose lead. Now I'm going to put this one onto the AC as well. And before, the light was very dim. Everything's in the way. Well, I'm in the way of everything else. Okay, so I get that up there. God, it's just horrible. But, okay, as you can see, the light bulb's a lot brighter, but my leftover voltage is a lot higher than 1 volt. Come on. So, by connecting it to the DC outputs where normally everything is connected, I'm getting less output. By having the two bridge rectifiers in series and connecting it to the AC outputs, I'm getting much higher voltage left over and a brighter light than what I had before. Right, something's just give out there, so I'm going to turn all that off. Darn it. But one thing I couldn't really show clearly because I often need both hands, as you can see working with this, but I've only got the one with the camera. When I connected it in normal positive negative outputs, it slowed down in accordance and the output was rubbish compared to what it could have been when I had it connected in series. I hope I haven't tripped the house mount. When I had it connected in series and I was taking power from the AC points, I was getting a higher, but basically just more power, and on the other multimeter as well, it showed a higher voltage left over as well. So I don't know what's exactly going on here, but well, I'm going to have to try to figure out why this is all just suddenly broke now. Typical. There was something else. The impedance was less when I had it on AC. Now connecting it to the AC points, you think, right, that's going to be AC coming out of it. Well, when I was using a motor, the motor was running in one direction. It wasn't buzzing. It wasn't trying to fight itself. It was running in one direction. From the AC points, I had DC when these are connected in series by just the one wire. I don't know if it turned it into a giant half-wave bridge rectifier, two half waves, meaning one full-bridge rectifier in one way, but yeah, from AC I was getting DC and a higher output than what I was getting from bridge rectified DC at the proper connection points there and there. Yes, I've got to figure out now why all this is suddenly shut off. Okay then, that's what I got for now. Sorry guys. Yeah, that's what I've got for now. Yeah. Okay then, see you later.